What can you change by asking a simple question? I was just walking in the woods here, my favorite place to explore and just play with energies. And I was feeling really funky, just kind of like agitated and irritated. And I asked, what am I aware of? And as soon as I asked that question, my whole world lightened up and changed. And I was thinking about how, probably 15 years ago, before I found the amazing tools of Access Consciousness, I would have, I had plenty of funky days, and I would have had a funky day, and I would have probably would have called a million friends, had lots of conversations about it, tried to figure out what was going on emotionally, who it was about, why I was pissed, why I was upset, why I was justified, telling myself and other people all kinds of stories. And there was also some level for me on with which that was fun. Like, it was fun, like digging around and finding out more about myself. I mean, finding out more about myself, it is fun. The way that I used to do it required a lot of drama, a lot of energy, a lot of thinking and feeling and emoting, and not as much presence to the subtle energies of things. And since I've been playing with the tools of Access Consciousness, it's just like every day I get to have more awareness of subtle energies and subtleties. And I am by no means like, I'm now very aware and I'm perfect, There's so much all the time that I can become aware of. And the amazing thing is, the less I judge me and the less I look to get anything right, the more awareness I just get to have. It's just such a gift. But I was really marveling today at the power of, what am I aware of? Five words that weren't just words. That was like a curiosity and a question with a million universes behind it, and a lot of awareness behind it, and a lot of strength of being behind it that allowed me to ask one question. And it wasn't even like getting an answer. It was just like, I asked that question, and then there was just so much more lightness and space in my world. I couldn't tell you what it was that I was aware of, but it doesn't matter. And what I found is the functioning energetically it's so efficient, it's very elegant, it's very fast. And what I've found is that I don't, for me, I've had to really let go of like defining myself along the way and needing to be a certain way, and like even needing to be right or good because I'm self-aware. There's all these judgments, very subtle judgments that we have of ourselves, trying to prove that we're a certain type of a person, or we're good, or we're awake, or we're aware. And none of that really means anything. It's just all proving. And usually when we prove something, we're trying to, we've bought a point of view that isn't even real. And now we're organizing ourselves around it to try to prove that we're not that. And it's so cool to have the freedom to just be like, wow, this could be trauma drama. This could be a lot of, investigating and conversations and deep processing, but if I wasn't addicted to that, and I didn't need to have that, and I didn't need to do that, and I didn't need to prove anything about me, I could just ask a question and have it change. And that's the power and the beauty of the tools of Access Consciousness and the spaces. Because, when I first started asking questions, I was willing to have so much space, and so much like speed with change and choice. And now it's so much a part of my world that it's way more substantial and way more available. And, we always say like there's a class in Access Consciousness called Maestro, and it has the highest prerequisites. It's, you have to have done a lot of access, use the tools, and, created a lot, like in your own world, to take this class. And for me, it's like when you're a maestro, you can take the simplest tool and get so much out of it. It's not about like fancy tools. It's more about like one little tiny, super simple question that can just change your world really fast, and then you move on your merry way. Even talking about it right now, I'm like, okay, I need to shut up. I've talked about it too much. So I just want to invite you to play with the power of asking simple questions. What am I aware of? Who does this belong to? What am I perceiving? What is this? That's another great question. What is this? Don't look for an answer. Let it create awareness, be present. And the more you let go of all the stuff that you thought was you, and you step into the spaces that are way more true for you, you're going to have so much more elegance and ease. And the rest of the world, may not want that or choose that, and may not want that for you, but that's okay. You can still choose it if you're willing to be different.